Hey, it's me, Vaughn, and today we're making sourdough focaccia. In a bowl of a stand mixer, you're going to add 150 grams of sourdough starter. You're going to add around 10 grams of salt, 100 grams of semolina flour, 250 grams bread flour, and 325 grams of warm water. Once you got that all together, you're going to get it stirred up, to combine, and then attach your dough hook and let that run for a couple minutes before we start to drizzle in our olive oil. After your machine's been running for a few minutes, you're going to oil the bowl that you plan to let your bread proof in. Get it all around the sides so it doesn't stick. Put your dough in your bowl, and you're going to let that sit for about 30 minutes before we do our first stretch and fold. This is a really wet dough, so it's going to be difficult to work with. I recommend, with every set of stretch and folds, you wet your fingertips. The dough's been resting for about 30 minutes, so now we're going to take our wet fingers and we're just going to grab from the bottom of the dough, pull it out as far as it can without tearing, and then fold it back over in on itself. And you're going to turn your bowl and repeat this stretch and fold for about 3 to 4 times, or until it starts to put up more resistance and it feels like it's going to tear. And then you're just going to stop, and you're going to let the dough rest for another 30 minutes. Come back, and the same thing with wet hands. Pull your dough from underneath, fold it over on itself 3 to 4 times. We got one more. Come back. And you'll be able to tell by your third fold how much gluten you've developed. You're just going to fold that dough in on itself and then leave it to bulk ferment for about 4 to 5 hours. And after your fermentation time, you can see how much air is in that dough. I'm just going to take a spatula and run it along the sides, trying not to disrupt the air bubbles inside of it when we turn it out. Because we're just going to take that bowl and dump it into whatever your baking pan is. I'm using a Dutch oven. And then once you got your dough in there, you're just going to want to lightly shape it. It should fit to the dimensions of your baking pan. And then once you got it shaped out, you're going to take your fingers, dip them in water again, and then dimple your dough how you would for a focaccia. It should be nice and deep, but you don't want to rip any holes into it. After your dough is dimpled, drizzle it with olive oil and top it with some fresh rosemary before we leave it to proof until it doubled in size. Then we're going to place in a 400-degree oven to bake for around 20 minutes. When it comes out of the oven, remove it from the pan, drizzle some more olive oil, sprinkle a little bit of sea salt, and now you got great focaccia to make wonderful sandwiches with, or to have with some garlic butter, or just on the side of a meal. It's one of my favorite loaves. Try it out. Let me know how you like it. It's me, Vaughn, and I'll be bringing you more recipes. And if you have any recipes you want to see me try, message them to me at Vaughn's Bread and Butter. I'll be more than happy to give it a shot.